And this is the
I've just
moment.
seen it. I've just seen what she's put
I put it in and didn't tell Paul because he was saying, no, don't put that in. So we're going to hang our heads in shame now, hon. So let's do it. Let's take a moment to reflect on how bad we are at reselling and what we've done.
Yeah.
And reveal.
Hi, I hope everyone is well. Today we thought we would run through some of the sold items that we've had over the last couple of months.
Some of the weird and wonderful, hon.
Weird and wonderful, yeah.
Now, bit of housekeeping. You may be noticing that we're looking a little bit old and tired. We've had a hectic week, hon, haven't we?
We've had a very hectic week.
It was very exciting here at Emsden headquarters, especially on, I think it was Thursday, wasn't it, when we were on Chris's, Chris's podcast, the Everything Reseller podcast.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It looks like it's going to be a really good series.
Yeah, we really enjoyed it. So thanks, if Chris is watching, thanks ever so much.
Yes, thank you. We did enjoy it.
Had a good laugh, didn't we?
Yeah.
So that was Thursday's exciting day. And then on Friday, we had to get dressed up in our suits. I had to put shoes on.
I know. I mean, you couldn't take your slippers,
no,
could you?
I couldn't. It was a day of non-slippering for me.
I don't wear suits. I have a suit. I have a couple of suits, but I don't generally wear them.
We don't like wearing suits, do we? Not very comfortable.
I'm not a suit-wearing person,
no.
So but no, this event we had to dress up.
Had to look smart.
We had to look smart. Why?
Because it was Emily's graduation. Our daughter Emily graduated from Winchester University, and we spent the day with her in the cathedral.
Winchester Cathedral, yeah.
So
you have to excuse me, I'm mixing my words up today.
We're tired, we're so tired.
We are tired.
So that was a very cold day, wasn't it, of us being all dressed up and smart. Yeah. So for those that didn't see the pictures on Facebook that were at the end of this video, Paul's going to hoof them up.
I'll pop a couple up.
For anyone who's really interested.
Just to show you.
Because I know people like Leanne Hill, they live in Winchester and have always supported Emily and everything. So for people like that, then we'll just bung it on the end of the video and you can see us dressed up smart because they won't recognise us, hon. I won't have this jumper on. Talking of this red jumper, it is that time of year where now 98% of our videos will feature this red jumper because it's my favourite jumper.
It is.
And I've only got
Keeps you warm.
4 sets of clothing. So.
And I probably will still be in a t-shirt.
All year round, Paul wears a t-shirt. Anyway, we're veering off.
We are veering off, but we're two different. You don't have very good circulation, do you?
No, I'm always cold.
You feel the cold. I must have too much circulation because honestly, my hands are like radiators.
And they must be thinking, why are they rambling on? It's because it's a very exciting day here because we did think we were going to do this video in the morning and we were going to be on edge because our lovely Ford Galax is having its MOT done today.
For those of you who don't know, we have a unique vehicle. It's a Ford Galax. It's only because the Y is missing off of the back of the...
We've told you before it's unique, but 2 or 3 weeks ago, hon, we saw another one on the motorway, didn't we?
We couldn't believe
How
it.
exciting.
Oh, there's another Galax.
We couldn't contain ourselves to the fact that there were 2 on the road.
Yeah.
Let us know if you know of any others. But anyway, because we're now filming this in the afternoon and we're very excitable, as you can see, it's because, hooray, it's passed.
It has passed. Thank Christ for that.
We didn't have hundreds of pounds set aside to pay for any repairs, so luckily that's handy. So let's get on with the video. If you're new to these videos, what we tend to do sometimes, and we're also doing it today, is the hidden lyrics.
Yes.
This is
we have done it in the past.
mainly to catch out sycophants who gets it right all the time.
Every single time. Yeah.
And Tommy Lee. So we're giving it another go, see if we can catch them out. With 2 hidden lyrics in this video.
Good luck.
So we're going to start with, because I know there's about 4 people who watch these videos that do actually like to see what we list in our backlog and what we sell.
Yeah, is it all from the backlog?
It's all from the backlog, but some things aren't as old as others, but some things are really old.
Yeah.
So I've done a cross section
just to you're embarrassed about, aren't you? Really?
Well, the first one, what a seamless link there, hon. This is going to lead us into the first one, and you may be a bit annoyed that I've included it, but we use these videos as our little self-help group because we need you to make us better at what we're doing. And this is the
I've just seen it. I've just seen what she's put.
I put it in and didn't tell Paul because he was saying, no, don't put that in. So we're going to hang our heads in shame now, hon. So let's do it. let's take a moment to reflect on how bad we are at reselling and what we've done.
Yeah.
And reveal this item, which you've already seen about a year ago, maybe even a little bit, 14 months, something like that, because we did show it in a video. And go on, hun, reveal it.
Okay, a roll of inkjet canvas. So this is, canvas paper that obviously goes through an inkjet printer, and it's, Well,
because years ago you used to make them, didn't you?
I did. We used to do canvas prints and frame them up and things like that. And it's we had a sealed box, didn't we?
Yes.
Obviously, I had to open it just to double check, make sure it's okay. But the killer for this one is the amount of time we've had it.
But worse than that, we showed it to you in a video last year with all the frames. And then what happens here is it's on this in the studio here, which is really our kitchen table, but don't tell anyone. We show you it in a video, and the whole process of that is that by showing you it, it then gets dealt with. So what happened, it left the studio here / kitchen and went into our sun lounge, which is where we have our photo area, and then it sits there, and then Paul will photograph it. Now what tends to happen sometimes, depending on what we're doing, I tend to do all the listing, and sometimes I can be quite a busy bee and I can list, say, 10-15 items. Paul sometimes has got other things to do because he does all the questions, he does all the putting away, you wrap and everything. So Paul can't always photograph the amount that I'm churning out to you. So things get piled on top of other things, and there you have it.
Get buried.
A year later, we're like, why isn't this being...
Why is that still there? The draft's gone.
The draft's gone now. I hate that. I hate doing a draft and then having to do it again.
Yeah. Anyway.
But it was buried. It was only when we started clearing out the sun lounger and going through stuff, we were like, well, why is it still here? So it sold for $44.99, didn't it? It sold really quickly as well, which is a bit gutting, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we haven't mentioned
No,
the total
go on, hon.
years,
I'm leaving that for you to tell. I'm going to hide behind my coffee.
Oh, yeah. 11 years. 11 years. So $44.99, and it's been just sat about doing nothing for 11 years. It's well...
Let us know in the comments if you've got something that you've had for longer.
Yeah. It's just hidden there, isn't it?
We moved with it as well.
Yes, we did.
Why? Why did we do that?
I don't know. It is what it is. These things happen. But I think we've had that happen a few times.
Yes.
It sort of proves that you do have to have a rotation. You have to have an area that you can rotate.
Yes.
And your stock, so you're not getting... you're dealing with all of your stock, and there's not old stuff there that could be potentially worth quite a bit of money.
Yes, and we have sort of, if anyone did catch the podcast, we have sort of changed everything that we do.
Yeah.
We haven't been buying since June. We have been given things, and anything that we've been given, we deal with in a batch.
Yep.
It all gets dealt with. Nothing goes onto the shelf. Nothing goes into the garage. Yeah. We work on all of it as a whole. Yeah. And then it goes off on its merry way. So we are really trying, because of this sort of thing, we are trying to change how we do things.
Yeah.
Because it's ever so easy to just handpick what you want and then leave the other bits on the shelf. And this is what happens 11 years later. You come across it and go, oh my goodness me, we've still got that. So there you go.
We'll push that aside now.
We won't mention it anymore.
Sorry, I just banged the table when you were on the table, so it's probably quite loud.
Go on then, what else have we...
Going. So let's start with, let's carry on to the next one, which is some vintage aircraft folders, and they weren't complete. Purchased these in May, wasn't it?
We did, and this is one of these, you probably saw the video, is when we bought all the books, big old load of books, never again because we're so heavy.
They were heavy, and it was tough. It wasn't a few books. We did buy quite a lot, and
lots.
I think if you are going to do it, I probably would split it and do it in smaller chunks. But anyway, $34.99.
Yes, and if you're doing it, make sure you're fitter than us.
Yeah, a lot fitter than us. Yeah,
but
definitely.
The reason that I've put it down, hun, is because we got it in May. Now, May doesn't seem a long time away. But there was no reason why it couldn't be listed. The only reason I didn't list it is because it wasn't complete. And at the time I thought, everything that we listed was complete, consecutive. I checked everything, and a lot of those sets have gone, and we've done really well with them.
Yeah.
But what do you do with something that's not complete? And when I looked online, a lot of people were selling the individual. It was like every 2 or 3 pages was like a little clump, wasn't there? And
that's right.
People were selling those individually, but we don't really want to get into that, where we're selling something for £1.85 plus postage.
No.
We don't really want to do that. But others do. Others do want to do that. So
we made good profit because it worked out. Was that
94p? That's what we paid for it. But
so it's reasonable profit.
But the reason I'm mentioning it in this video is because I put it back on the shelf. I looked at it and gone, oh. No, that's not worth our time. I'll put it back on the shelf, but it was worth $34.99, so it was worth our time. And even though it's only a little bit of a backlog, it still went on the shelf, hun. That's not good.
That's not good. Definitely not.
So now,
moving on.
Silver Cross. Now, this is an item that we've had for a very long time. Not our fault though, hun, because this is one of Emily's items, and I've chosen it mainly to show you how good Paul does the photos. See the photos there, my love? I've got just off camera there, we've got pictures to remind ourselves of what we're talking about.
What we're talking about, yeah.
This is a set of 4 items that Emily had when she was probably about 3 or 4. She used them so much, didn't she? But they only needed a baby wipe, and what we've done is when she was older, we kept almost everything that she had, and when we moved here, we'd had it in storage.
Yep.
We got it all out. She went through everything she had and really handpicked the things that had sentimental value, and this wasn't one of them. So she gave it to us, and then it still took another year for me to actually list it. Because I think I'm guessing that some of the other men or women, probably more women in the watching these videos, have the same sort of thing. If it's something your child has had, even though they don't want it anymore, you can't bear to get rid of it, and it is tough. And I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? You've just got to let go. You can't keep all of someone's things because we don't have a house big enough. She didn't want it. It's not my thing now, so I've got the memories. Paul took amazing photos. It's worth having a look at it just for that. But yes, you've got to sometimes just clear out not only your business stuff, but your sort of home stuff as well. And that's why I've chosen it. Did I say we got $19.99 for it? I don't think I did.
No.
$19.99 is not bad.
That's not bad.
It is proper vintage, wasn't it, really? It's over 20 years old. But yeah, not bad. It just needed a quick wipe.
Not bad at all. So what have we got next? We've got, what's that, glass, crystal?
Faceted. Now, do you notice I've changed it? I wrote balls and I thought we'd laugh at balls, so I changed it to spheres. How posh.
Yeah.
Now this is those. Do you remember those chandeliers that I went rogue at the auction? They were £10. They flashed up on the screen, and I just bought them.
Yeah.
For £10. Right. They were 3 big old chandeliers.
Yeah, I remember them. Yeah,
unfortunately, definitely. It was the time when there was a problem with one of our vehicles, and we only had the car, so we had to get my dad to come and help us. It was then. They were massive. Anyway, we sold one of the chandeliers.
Yep, on when?
One of them is still on, and one of them didn't work.
No, I mean, it's that thing of it wasn't really worth the time repairing it. It probably could have been repaired, but it didn't work properly, and it wasn't worth the time, I don't think.
And what we had a chandelier that we did keep here for about 4 years, because we sort of were thinking we would have a look at it and never really got round to it. And in the end, I just got fed up with it, and I took all the spheres off of it.
Yeah.
There was over 40, 2 different sizes. Then they sat in a bag somewhere, and then because we weren't buying, I've been rooting around in the garage and I found them, and I thought, I looked at them. Every sphere had something wrong with it. It was knocked or chipped or whatever.
It's one of but it's one of those things. Is when it's out the way, you won't see it. It's obviously when you look close, you can see little nicks.
But when you've got damaged glass, it puts you off selling it.
Yeah.
We put them together. How many was there? 21.
21 on that one, yeah.
And a lot of people do hang them in windows and things like that. So what price did we get?
We got $19.99 for that.
That's one set. So the other set also sold, and they both sold quite quick, didn't they?
They did, yeah. Yeah, not bad at all.
So I'm now going to talk about Monsuno. For those of you who don't know, I don't really know what it is, hun. It's little tube things with little figures in it.
Yeah, it's a few years ago now. Yeah, it's like a little tube, a little cylinder, a figure folds up and goes into, and I believe you flick them at each other. They're like a battling thing, and when they hit each other, I don't know what the rules are, but if a figure pops out, and I don't know whether it's who wins what, but basically the figures will spring out of them when they have an impact.
And they come in lots of little cards as well,
yeah,
don't
lots
they?
of collector's cards and things like that. And yeah, they are quite a few years old now. And
But we
I
had
think it
them.
used to be quite popular, but yeah, we had.
We had them in 2 carrier bags.
Yeah.
No packaging, just a
No,
load of loose, as you see in the picture,
Yeah.
just a load of loose sort of packs of cards and bits
Yeah.
and pieces, and we tested them all and everything. And it's,
Quite a few we had,
it's
yeah.
only when you actually take the time, because a lot of time you think, oh, that's just not worth my time going through all that. And I did spend a couple of hours. But
Yeah.
what it actually resulted in is we sold 7 sets to one person for £142.93p.
Yeah, someone overseas, I believe
Overseas.
that went. Yeah, so that was nice.
We sold another set for £19.99, another set for £17.50, and we've got 1 left. So they all
One
started
set
off
left.
at £22.99. And it just goes to show all that value that was just in a
Oh.
couple of carrier bags
I mean,
sat on a
I can't
shelf.
say how many years.
Years and years, I think.
That's a very long time we've had those. But yeah, again, it's just been stored away. It's crazy.
And I think it's that you worry about your time. You're trying to get
Yeah.
listings on, and you don't want to take too much time on one thing. But that one thing can have quite a lot of value.
Yeah, that's it. I'm trying to see what. Oh right, okay. So I was trying to see what
It's
that
another
said.
blast from the past, hasn't
Yeah,
it?
it's another one. Oh, I've got a Gardman greenhouse auto vent. Now this is from a few years ago. Because
old house.
it's from our old house. We actually we got a new greenhouse, didn't we? And this actually came with it. It's an auto vent. The greenhouse had a window at the top, and then the auto vent would automatically open the window if it got too hot. So then it can keep a reasonable temperature, and then when it hit a certain temperature, then it would pull back down again. Never fitted it, never used it, and it's just been knocking about doing nothing really.
We moved with it.
We've moved with it. It's been in the store
for 4 years.
It's been
here for a year and a half.
Yeah, that's it. And you know, it's one of those things that, you know, it's worth a little bit. We did put it up for more than we sold it for. I mean, we sold it for £15. I think we must have put it up for, it was 20 or
18
or something,
18,
maybe
99,
yeah,
20,
maybe
something
around
like
that. But
we were just glad to get rid of it,
we were
though,
just
weren't
glad
we?
for it to go, because like I say, it's one of those things that have just been sat in the box doing nothing. I think, what's the point in that? You know, just get some money back from it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's another one we've had for years.
So I'm moving on to this 1990 vintage steering wheel, mainly because it could be the sort of thing you see at a boot sale, and it wouldn't be very much money, and you might not realise the actual value of it. But this was our gorgeous daughter's. She used to sit, when she was about 6 months, she'd sit in the car, steering and beeping the horn.
Yeah.
And we, you know, when she said she didn't want it, we were straight on eBay. £20 we got for it, and it was sun damaged. It wasn't in the greatest condition because
it's not.
We got it second hand and we had it.
Yeah, we did.
It wasn't new, so
no, that's it. So it is.
Just goes to show, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's it. So
Proper chuffed, weren't we?
Yeah, definitely. What we got next? Mothercare framed. What's that backpack?
Yeah, it's that big old boy there. Look.
Oh right, yeah.
I don't know, hun. I've got no idea. I don't know if we were given this. We got no recollection of it.
We bought.
Did we buy it?
We bought this. I think we bought this from Jumble Trail.
Did we? I've got no idea.
It was a long time ago because we haven't done a Jumble Trail.
No, a long time.
I'm gonna probably say 2 to 3 years, maybe.
Could be then.
Something like that. But anyway, it's another one that was. You buy it, you look at it, you think, oh, that needs a lot of cleaning.
It needed a clean, and I'm not so good with the cleaning. I'll do that later.
Yes, again, it got pushed aside for a bit, didn't it?
Yeah.
And it was worth, well, we actually got $29.24, so that must have been in some form of sale or something.
I think, yeah. And this is a thing with, because we've not been buying since June, it's really forced us to go through all of our old tat.
Yep.
And we were surprised at the value of that, weren't we? And it didn't take that long to clean. It was quite easy to clean, really. Just a bit of a pain, but you know, worth the money, worth getting almost £30 for.
Yeah, definitely. So I mean, if you can get those cheap enough, it's definitely worth looking at.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
So then we've got a vintage Smith Corona typewriter. Now, this really isn't backlog hunt, but it was May. And it's one of these things where you go to the boot sale, you're proper chuffed with yourself. You get home, you go, oh.
And then you swear to yourself.
Buyer's remorse. Oh, why did I buy this?
Yeah.
And we showed it to you in a video, and we were a bit embarrassed because it was the typewriter with the bit on the top missing, and we hadn't noticed.
The whole top. You take the top off to replace the sort of ink cartridge, ink ribbon, and you think, how could we have missed that? The whole top was missing.
Yeah.
And you
a couple of wallies, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. But yeah, anyway, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
These mistakes happen.
We paid £5 at the time in the video. I think we said we were going to put up for £24.99 and hope to get £20. And we did. We got £19.99, so we were really pleased. It didn't take too long to sell either, did it?
No, so it was okay. I mean, we made a profit, which is good. Not the easiest to wrap, I would say.
No, if it about that bit, it would have been. We'd have got more, I think.
Yeah,
but it is what it is. Things, if you've got something missing or it's damaged, you can still get money for it. So that's what we did.
And I've got a doozy here.
You have.
I've got a HMV, a gramophone.
Now, the reason I've chosen this one, hun, is because we've had it for a very long time. We showed it in a video, and then after the video, it went where Paul sat on the.
It stayed down there on the floor for ages.
For many weeks, didn't it?
Ages, absolutely ages.
And then when my parents popped round, we got my dad to have a look at it because he knows a bit about gramophones.
He does,
and then we put it back in that spot for a few more weeks.
Yeah.
And then we sort of changed how we do things. We decided we would not be listing volumes every day, we would be listing value.
Yeah.
So we completely flipped it around and went, right, let's pick out our biggest things, our biggest, highest earning ones. So we had no choice but to tackle it. Didn't take long, we did a video on it as well, and that really helped sell it, and it went overseas, which was a little bit of a worrying thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it is. But, you know, I do worry about the more expensive things going overseas. We actually got for it $124.99.
All that time.
And weeks and weeks.
It'd been in the garage over 4 years. It's been in the garage, yeah.
Because that would have probably come from auction.
Come from auction before the pandemic, yeah. Yeah, so there you go. How silly do we look?
Very.
But then sometimes God shines down on you. Shines down on the righteous. And you have a bit of luck. Now, the other day, on Friday, when we were at the graduation, we had our evening meal 7 o'clock the night before. Because we got up at 5:30, to go to Winchester and Park. We didn't eat again till 2 o'clock. We were famished. And Emily wanted McDonald's. She's 21. Of course, she's going to want McDonald's.
Yeah.
So even though on a low carb diet, we sort of thought, oh, what can we have? And we got some nuggets.
We got some nuggets.
Tell them what happened, hun, with our bit of good luck, our good fortune.
Good fortune.
This doesn't happen every day.
Yeah, we got home and we ordered a box of 20 nuggets to share between us.
Yeah.
There wasn't 20 in there.
No.
There was 22.
Oh, good day. 3 nuggets. Anyway, we also had a bit of good fortune whilst going through some of our home things.
Yeah.
And this next item, hun, is an Argos catalogue from 2018, so 5 years old, that was in one of our drawers. Woo! Yeah. I went through all the drawers then, but didn't find any more. So if you're not aware of this, Argos catalogues can be worth quite a bit of money, and we put this up for $22.99 and it's sold for full price.
Fantastic.
I know, it's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we were proper chuffed.
Well, I'm lost. Where am I now? I'm here.
It's a bit brief that, hun, because I don't really know a lot about it.
Well, it's not a lot you can say about it. It's a Technics amplifier. We've had this, again, this would have come from auction.
So over 4 years.
We actually, when we started YouTube, I think it was probably, about the 3rd or 4th video maybe in.
Blimey.
We were, I don't know, we were doing you did it out there on the I did it out there.
table.
We were doing some testing, and I'm sure it was that one. And again, it got put aside, it's crazy. $74.99 we got for that.
I know.
And all it needed was a little bit of, because it had a crackle on the volume control, so it needed a little bit of contact cleaner. So sprayed it up, give it a twiddle and a little clean, and it was fine. And yeah, it was fantastic.
So I don't know if you're sensing this yet, but we do have a bit of a tendency to put things off, don't we? And this is just, part of it, I think. Part of reselling is I'll deal with that later. I'll list these things.
You're trying to get as many listings done as possible, as quick as possible. And when you have these items that they need some attention to, you sort of put them aside. And then, but what really should happen is, right, what's the actual value of that?
Yeah.
Okay, it's worth the attention, rather than this sort of other way and then dealing with the lower value stuff. So, we have put it off.
I think when we start buying again, we will be a lot stricter with what we buy.
Oh, yes.
And whatever we buy will be dealt with before we buy anything else. I think that's one of the things we've learned from all this rubbish we've been dealing with, because we've had several months of not buying and just all the rubbish, and enough's enough, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm going to move on to birthday cards. Now, if you're new to these videos, you won't know that about 4 years ago, we handed in notice on an emporium that we were in. At one time, we were in 7, so we were kept quite busy, weren't we?
We were kept very busy. And
we did
we used
new
to sell
toys, new and second hand.
Yeah, a lot of toys we used to sell in these.
But we also branched out into cards.
Even though it was completely different to what everyone else said.
It was stuck out like
it was actually very popular, because we always tried to get sort of nearer the cafe and things like that, and it was quite popular.
Yes, so, and realistically, most of the people going to these emporiums, especially during the week, are mums that have got a pushchair and a little one. Yeah. So we tried to cash in on that, didn't we, by supplying them with something that wasn't already there. And I think you had the idea of selling birthday cards, because the birthday card stand is quite small, and we got a couple, I think, on Facebook Marketplace or whatever. And that's what we did. So when we shut all that down just before the pandemic, I think we ended up with a couple of boxes left of birthday cards, and they went into two boxes, and they went up on the shelf.
And they stayed there
for about almost 4 years now, because they were different numbers, girls and boys and all sorts. And it did take me quite a long time to actually get them out, because I knew that it would be a right pain, because all of them were priced up with our prices, and to go through hundreds of cards was not a fun morning. But I did it, and it...
Glad it wasn't me.
I did it, look at me being a big girl.
I did it.
And I think we sold 14 bundles have sold so far, and with a sales total of £171.54. Because I think we bundled them together in either 30 or 40 cards for £14.99. So brand new cards, and they've gone off to various different homes.
They have, and again, it's £170 odd that's just been sat there for 4 years.
Yeah, so sometimes it is the time you've got to appreciate. It is more time to sort that sort of thing out, but it's also more money, because once I'd done one listing, the others were really quick. It was the same thing, just churned out over and over again. The photos weren't so much fun though, were they?
No, they weren't.
A bit like the knitting pattern episode, wasn't it? But we did get them done.
Not quite as bad as the knitting pattern, but there you go. What have I got next? I've got a crazy frog plush.
Yeah, now this isn't a crazy frog, but I can never remember the actual name. Is it that annoying thing, or the annoying thing, or something like that?
Yeah.
We've showed you this in a video before, because I remember lovely Gwaz had mentioned about how he liked it. He probably didn't think it would take us 14 months to clean it, but it did. It did, and I said to Paul, I'm fed up with looking at this. I looked at it, it was worth something, so I did give it a clean. It didn't come up very well, and I thought, 14 months it's taken me just to do that. What did it sell for, hon?
It sold for $34.99.
What an idiot I am for leaving it there for 14 months on a chair.
And even then, you cleaned it, but you couldn't get it all off, could you?
No, and to be honest, for most of that time I had a towel over its face, because I thought it was a little bit scary.
He's not the best looking, is he?
No, I had that looking at me.
Yeah.
So yes, it's gone.
It's gone, that's it.
And it just sort of highlights how daft you can be by not tackling something, and how time goes so quickly.
That's it, definitely.
So now we're going to move on to some match attacks. I put a sticker book, but they're not the trading cards, I think, hun. And this goes back to about 4 years ago when the lady at the boot sale did everything for 50p.
Yeah, 50p. Yeah.
And then after a while, she shouted out 20p, 20p. We were elbowing people in the face, weren't we? We weren't. I'm just joking. But it was literally bundle, wasn't it? Bundle. And I don't know anything about, you look at me, I'm not into football, I don't know anything about trading cards.
I don't as well.
Why did I get it?
Yeah.
Why pick up stuff you know nothing about? So all you end up doing is putting it on the shelf for over 4 years, and then I finally had no choice but to deal with it, and it went for $26.99, so there you go.
So was that a 20p item, do you think then?
I think it probably was a 20p item, because why would I have picked it up?
See, the thing is, I've
got no interest in trading cards at all.
The thing is, you can pick up those sorts of things. You just got to be careful about how much of it you pick up, I think. And
yes,
it's like trading cards. Generally, I think you probably got a little bit of value there, so it's probably worth picking them up for 20p.
Yeah,
I think, but you need to deal with things quicker, don't you?
That's and I think sometimes you just it's cheap, so you just grab armfuls of it, and I'll deal with that later. And what we're doing now is dealing with it later.
We're dealing with it later, but that's not,
it's not how you should be doing it.
No. Right, we're now coming to the last item.
They're like, yay, thank goodness, they've waffled on.
Yeah, sorry about that. It's a longer video than we thought it was going to be.
I said 20 minutes, look at that.
Yeah.
I've veered off a few times though,
Just a few. Yes, so now we've got a 1934 Singer sewing machine.
This was a beauty, hun, wasn't it?
It was nice.
We mentioned this in our last video, I'm going to call it the comeback video, but we've had 3 or 4 comeback videos
we have, I'm sorry, it's been a bit bitty this year, hasn't it?
It was over there, wasn't it, on the side for 2 weeks?
Yeah, it was. It was sat there.
I didn't know how to use it.
No, it was your dad again, though.
My dad helped us out. My parents come over, and I did ask for some help.
Yeah, we didn't know how to thread it all
and do it all. And we did do a video, in our listing, put a video of it, but it was from 1934. It was in amazing condition, wasn't it? You've just wrapped it up, actually.
I have, actually, yeah. It's going to go off today. So, yeah.
How much did we sell it for?
We sold it for $94.99.
Which was also full price.
Yay!
And it just goes to show, hun, that has been on the shelf for over 4 years, again, before the pandemic. We've had months where we've needed the money and it's been sat there and we've just not even noticed it's been there. And I think we've spent many months now going through the stuff in the garage, and I think it's going to be a long time before we actually get to the end of it. I think we're hoping to show you pictures, but we can't show you yet because it's way too messy. We're not showing them that, hun.
There's still stuff everywhere. Things have to get worse before they get better on that sort of thing. And you're pulling out bits and bobs, and you're sorting through stuff that might go to boot sale, stuff that gets charity shopped, or stuff that's worth dealing with. And it can be quite messy.
Yeah, but we sort of thought we would make this video. It does make us out to be a bit daft, and it highlights the negative side of reselling, how time just can go so quickly.
It does.
And you do need to tackle stuff.
Yeah.
But really, I think it might inspire some of you out there to list some of your older items. Let us know if you've got anything older than 11 years.
Don't put it off. If it needs a little bit of time to deal with it, there's potentially you could have a more valuable item, but check out the values of it first, and just see if it's worth dealing with it. We've always gone for the quickness, and
we've sort of changed. But we have tried to really focus on volume.
You got to do the quality as well. You got to. Yes, you can have some quick items, but you've got to have quality as well in your listings.
And also, when times are hard like this, you do want chunks of money. You don't want dribs and drabs. You don't want to make £2 or £3 profit. You want to get $94.99 for a sewing machine.
Did we say where that came from? Did it come
from auction? I think. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So that wouldn't have been expensive at all.
No, it would have been quite cheap. I think it came with all the we've got the knitting patterns, and I think when we got all those years ago.
Christ, that would have been pence, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would have been pence. So.
Yeah.
And the good thing about these sorts of things is when you do actually make the time to look at them, you do learn about them. So now I know that with Singer sewing machines they have a serial number, and you can pretty much find out the week they were made in the year. So yeah, I can look out now for other ones. Well, I think we've bored them enough now.
We've bored you enough.
We?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, you're right. I wrote that down.
Yeah, I was just seeing Marie's written something else down, and she was finishing the video.
Yes, so of the 16 items we've just shown you, 3 of them were sort of newish, as in 2 of them were from May and 1 was from last year. Everything else is over 4 years old. But this amount is the total. I couldn't think of the word then.
Total.
The total. I need another coffee. The total amount of these 16 items. Go on then.
You want me to reveal it?
Drum roll.
£898.60.
And the only reason we've listed those items is because we stopped buying in June.
We stopped buying, we started dealing with, majorly dealing with the backlog.
And this highlights it perfectly, because if we would have gone all through the summer buying things from boot sales, none of those items would have got listed.
That's it.
And that would have been £900 almost just sat on our shelves.
Yeah. If you are going out and you're buying, try, and you've got a backlog, try and rotate your backlog.
Yeah.
So new stuff goes in at the back and you're bringing forward your old stuff, and actually try and deal with it, because might be surprised. You might have some quite valuable items, as we found out in this and previous.
And before you know it, 11 years has gone by. So there you go.
That's it.
I think it's like anything, we're really grateful to share this information with you. We all need to stick together and help each other out.
We do. Stick together.
Confess. So yes, we're always grateful for you watching our videos, and we had so many lovely comments on our last video.
We
so thanks,
really touched.
thanks very much for that.
Thank you very much.
Really kind of everyone.
Please do remember to just give us a thumbs up, and please do subscribe as well. It's all free.
Something like a bell. I'm going to do the old bell.
You're going to do the old bell. Yeah.
Something to do with the bell. I don't know what.
Bell icon.
That's it.
The bell icon. If you click that, you'll be notified of all our videos.
We're as polished as ever,
we
aren't we? Look at us being back.
Yeah.
That's it, I think. Thanks ever so much for watching.
Yes, thank you.
Yolks. I'll fill in them, my love. Cheers, everybody. Gone to get his glasses. I don't know if they've ever seen you in your glasses, my love.
Sorry?
They probably thought you had perfect eyesight.
No, I haven't got perfect eyesight. Right.
What are your glasses like? Oh, they're all right when they're on. Yeah, there's no glare. When I put mine on, I have to have them down like a school teacher, otherwise I
lift my head up like that. So how am I starting that? So just...
What about all right dudes?
No.
Good luck.
YouTube.
Don't start being daft.
I'm not the one who's being daft. You ready?
Good luck. Can I just ask you, am I meant to be looking at the camera bit there, or what's that top thing now? Is that oh, I've just worked it out. That's the thing holding the camera in place. Okay, still here then, still here. Okay, I'm ready, my love, I'm ready. Forget I said anything, let's go. I thought it was like a webcam. That's what I thought it was. I thought you put a webcam on there and that's... Anyway, I'm just daft. Let's do it. Good luck. Not talking anymore. A couple of Wallies.
I know, well...
When I say couple of Wallies, it's me. I'm mainly the Wally. Oh, I'm sorry it went on for so long. 14 minutes.
Yeah, I was trying to move you on a bit. When you started, I thought, oh my God, this is going to be a long video. I
got me lyrics in
I don't know if people are going to watch this. I was thinking we're only on number 1.
20 minutes has gone by and she's only on number 1. Oh. No, I'm hoping. I think it's nice. It's like chatting with friends, though, isn't it?
Yeah, no.
I got the lyrics in. I mean, I don't know if they're probably a bit too obvious, but we'll see.
No, that one was all right in the end. I thought you'd forgotten it.
Cheers, my lovely.
I drank mine.
Oh no, I can't drink that, my love. That's tepid. We should have another one.
Can we stop this?
Yeah, I think so.
I can reach it now. It's only... Oh, no, I can't.
Do you want me to push you?
Yeah, go on then.